everybody, it's Heather from My Blue Desk. I wanted to share a few of these books that I got out of the library a while ago. I mentioned them in a previous video when I showed you some books that I got out of the library. Well, these are ones that I put on hold and then I was able to go and collect them. So they were gathered from other libraries in my local district and I could go and pick them up from my local one. And these are all by the same author, and that's Corinne Lapierre. And I wanted to show you them just in case you're interested in maybe purchasing them or getting them out yourself so you can see what's in them. And I've been so excited to get these because I really love the aesthetic of these felt makes. I think she comes up with some absolutely lovely ideas. It's very much my sort of thing. They're very simple, but you'll get some really good ideas, and the illustration, not the illustrations, the pictures in them are absolutely super. So I think you'll really like them if you're into this sort of thing as well. So I'm just going to have a quick flip through of these books. There are 5 amazing books, craft books, which feature felt makes, some of them festive and some of them not. But I think they'd be great if you're into making things with felt. And also if you want to make a last minute Christmas gift for anybody, then these would be great for gift giving to people, but also for helping you to make items to give to people as well if you're into crafty makes. So the first one we've got here is 20 to make Festive Felt Decorations. And like I said, they're all by Corinne Lapierre, and this is by Search Press. And it's got a little bit about the author. I'm not going to go into those details, but I'm just going to have a bit of a flick through so that you can see the sort of imagery in there and whether it's to your taste, whether you might find it useful. So you've got various projects and it goes through a few pictures with an introduction, tells you the materials and tools and the techniques that you'll need. So for example, transferring templates to the felt. So that's quite useful. It does go through a few basic stitches, which is really great, particularly if you're a beginner. I have to refer to stitch guides all the time because I don't do embroidery a great deal. Even though I really love it, I dip in and out of it. So I'll often have to refer to stitch guides, and I'll show you another book later that's really good, that's got a few stitches in there, and that's quite a good book as well, but that's not by Corinne Lapierre. Anyway, so it shows you the projects, and how amazing those photos, aren't they super? I just absolutely adore that. The thought of a felt cracker, so that's reusable every single year, so it's sustainable, which is fantastic. A sustainable Christmas, and that lovely angel there. I'm in the process of making some paper dolls at the moment, which may at some point end up as textile projects, so watch that space. I'd love to share those with you. Little applique hoops, mini applique hoops. They're so cute, aren't they? I mean, these are so simple and easy to make, but it just inspires, just gives you a little bit of creativity. This lovely, I call it eye candy. So, I mean, they're lovely, the colours that have been used. So just some embroidered felt baubles. They're really simple with a little bit of basic stitching on there. Really simple to be able to give away. I gave my mum some embroidered baubles this year for her tree. A little gift pouch with a little bear on. And if you're like me, you'll probably use similar imagery like this in your artwork yourself anyway, if you're inspired by this sort of thing. It's sort of a little bit sort of folk art, a bit Scandinavian, isn't it, this? Then we've got a mini stocking. A Robin Christmas card. How cute is that? These things would take a while to stitch. I mean, they're very simple, but how lovely. People really appreciate getting a gift of this sort. A robin wreath. Some carol singers there, little hanging ornament. Oh, my daughter has got up, so I'm just going to have to pause a bit. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I've sorted out breakfast and water and whatnot. I think it's like it's this thing, whenever you start filming, it's why I don't film very often, but as soon as you start filming, even though it can be completely quiet in the house, everybody's asleep or everybody's out, the second you turn the camera on, it's like it sends an alert to everybody in the house to come and find you and find out what you're doing. Anyway, I'm sure you all know what that's like when you have a family and you're trying to do YouTube videos. My videos aren't that important in the big scheme of things. I'm a mum first and I have to get that done. Anyway, so moving on. So that's the hanging with the little carol singers on. That's very cute. And it could also be used as a Christmas card, couldn't it? A snowflake garland. That's really cute. An embroidered Darla horse. I don't know what a Darla horse is. Darla horse. I don't know how you say that normally. But that's lovely. That's sort of Mexican folk art, isn't it? Is it? Or did I just lie? But that's nice imagery. We've got some mistletoe as well. A little winter scene, which has been framed, and that looks to me like a frame from IKEA. Some penguin table settings. They're really cute. They would make really nice ornaments for a tree as well, wouldn't they? A little reindeer trophy head. Not sure about that, but it's cute. A pixie, or maybe you'd call it a gnome, or a gonk. Village table centerpiece, so with little houses and a church around. Although that's a candle in the middle, that looks like a genuine candle there. I'm not sure I would be comfortable doing that. I probably wouldn't use felt and greenery with things sprayed on it with an actual candle, because I'm slightly paranoid about the whole fire thing. But you could use it with like a non-flame candle, couldn't you? That I would probably do that rather than using an actual flame candle. But anyway, I digress. That's really cute. So it's a really nice ornament. You can still have it as a table ornament. We've got hanging Santa Claus, some cute little snowmen that are stuffed and stand up on their own. And then at the back, you've got all the templates. So for the gift pouch and the mistletoe and the horse, all those templates are all in the back, and you can pop them on your photocopier and enlarge them, or do it by hand if you're comfortable with that sort of thing. So there you go. So that's really super. Festive Felt Decorations, and you get 20 of those. Right, so the next 20 to make is, again, by Corinne Lapierre. They're all the same. And we have on the front that lovely little owl. We've got some gingerbread men, on the front there. So you've got the contents which tell you the 20 projects that you could make. And then obviously it follows the same path. So you've got Christmas pixie, some embroidered hoops again. So let's see how samey this one is to the other one. I wonder whether that one is a slightly newer version. They're both Search Press. So that's a festive wreath. So we had that one before, but we had 2 robins on it. So this is a slightly different one. Bird of Peace. That's quite nice. So you've got a bird sort of strung within the ring. A little reindeer. I'm going to go back a page because I missed that. A Christmas stocking. So that's cute. Little reindeers that stand on their own. We've got a Christmas place setting, but this time it's a little pouch to pop your knife and fork in. That's really sweet. A little gingerbread house, so you can make gingerbread men and pop them in. That'd be a nice gift. Sweet Christmas trees, which you can hang on your Christmas tree as ornaments. It's funny actually, I've just cut out some. I am a bit obsessed with die cutters. So I've got a zillion and one die cutters, the thick ones, really like the thick ones. And I cut years ago some Christmas trees out in order to make some decorations. So I'll have to show you those at the end if I've got a couple of minutes. And I actually cut some more out to make little sew your own gift packs. I gave some away at my child's school a few years ago to try and raise some money for, I think it was the NSPCC. Anyway, I had a few left and I found some the other day, so I'm going to make some. And I found one of the trees that had added beads to, so they're quite similar to this, but they're a bit more jagged. So I'll show you those. Gift tags, great idea. So you can embroider people's names on them. That makes it so sweet. And then you could use those year after year, couldn't you? How cute is that? Gingerbread man, and they've made that into a garland. So that's super cute, isn't it? You could use different coloured felt like they have there. I would imagine, even though these are done out of felt, you could still probably use fabric if you wanted to. Christmas card string. So these are strung together, but they're little what they call clothes pegs with little pieces of felt on it. It looks to me like there's not any sewing there at all, so you could probably just literally add that with hot glue. Next one, just a few sparkly snowflakes. Again, there's not a huge amount, so they have actually added beads on there, but you could probably just literally glue on sequins, couldn't you? Letters to Santa, so just a little bit of hand stitching. Little toy soldier. An advent garland, So just little pouches there, strung on some rickrack with the numbers on the trees. A woven felt basket. And they're the winter owls from the front. And a little pretty felt pot. How cute is that? So you can pop little gifts in it and tie it. And then Christmas angel. So we had Christmas angel in the other one. And again, just like in the other book, you've got the templates at the back. Like I say, I've got so many die cutters, and I have all these die cutters that are seasonal as well. And I keep them in the garage, so they only come out once a year. I hardly use any of them really, but I don't want to get rid of them because once you bought something like that, it's not really worth anything, really, is it? You know, to resell. And also, I think I'd miss it because I love being able to just go and quickly get a shape and cut it out. But that's brilliant because you can obviously use the templates at the back. Or you could make your own templates. Why not? Right, folk embroidered felt birds. So, just going to remove that slit there. That's just a load of rubbish. So, folk embroidered felt birds, 20 modern folk art designs to make and embellish. She does like 20, doesn't she? She likes to use 20. Oh, the next one's 30. I'm getting up. So these are really cute. They're so different. Love the images on these. So let's have a look at the sort of birds that are available to make. So you've got contents, but you've actually got a picture of every one at the front. I really like that, so you can immediately zoom in on the one that you particularly like. Now, you probably know I absolutely love birds from my other videos. I don't know whether I've rattled on about them. I probably have. There's a couple of big pigeons actually outside at the moment on the feeding table. Massive pigeons. Bless them. Aren't they cute? My husband doesn't like feeding the pigeons particularly, but I've got such a soft spot for pigeons because when I was a kid, we used to feed them in the market square, which is a no-no now. Don't do that. Anyway, I'm rambling on. So this is really brilliant. So you can make your own pigeon or song thrush or parrot if you like, or puffin. Puffins are cute, aren't they? I love puffins. And you can zoom straight in on the bird that you want to make. And then going forward, it does give an introduction. It tells you about the materials and tools that you'll need and some of the techniques that you'll need as well. But they're quite simple. I would imagine there'll be simple techniques throughout. Just go through a couple of the stitches I noticed on the last page. And also it shows you how to make and attach wire legs and feet. Which is brilliant. So it just gives you a few techniques there. And here are the embroidery stitches that you would need. So really simple stitches, but it's great because these are really good. The pictures are very detailed. You have to excuse the lighting. It's quite dark today, even though it's sort of later on in the morning. I've got my light onto the left-hand side to make it's a daylight bulb. But because I've only got the one, it's sort of shining and you can see the tripod shadow, so apologise for that. So it's brilliant because you do get the different pictures showing the exact stitches, and I find that really helpful, especially if you're not doing it on a regular basis. So you've got quite a lot of stitches in there. That's super. This is such a good book. I think this, out of all of them, I think this one might be one that I would purchase so that I had it as a long-term reference. And that's a good thing about the library, isn't it? Because you can actually get an idea of the book, what it's like, and hopefully this video is helping you to get an idea of whether you like these books, so that you wouldn't waste your money, go out and buy a book and waste your money like I did in the summer, buying books that I didn't realise were going to be any good. And I'm now stuck with those books and I feel like I wasted my money and I've got a bit of a waste there. But this is the library's a great way of just trying and seeing if you like it before you actually purchase. Anyway, we're rambling again, aren't we? So the projects here, we've got the robin. I won't go through them all. There's the blue tit. Yes, I will, because they're gorgeous. We've got a goldfinch, a chaffinch, a swan. Oh, I love the swans. Pigeon. I do love my pigeons. Actually, I don't know whether you saw the video I did. It must have been about a year ago. We saw a swan's nest. I was so privileged to get really close to a swan's nest. But the heartbreaking thing was the swan had made this nest on what appeared to be a pile of garbage, a pile of trash. And it really upset me, really affected me deeply seeing that mess. But what it did do, on a positive note, it inspired me to become a volunteer litter picker. So since then, I've actually been a volunteer litter picker. So I've gone around my local area with my bag and my litter picker, and I've gone and I've picked litter. And it makes me feel a bit better about that situation. So there's a little story for you. So inspiration of the swan. So there's the pigeon. And a hen. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? People love hens, don't they? We love hens. One of our friends keeps hens and they're just so beautiful. Inspired my youngest daughter to go vegetarian for a while. A goose sitting on her eggs. And it gives you a bit of a backstory. It looks like it gives you a bit of a backstory as well to the birds. And it shows you in detail how to go about, see if you can see that because the lighting's so poor, how you go about actually adding the detail onto the wings. So that's really good. It's quite close up. So you can't really go wrong. Very detailed information. And yet the projects are very simple, but they look so super when they're put together. Heron, very beautiful. This video may be quite long, so I apologise, but you can always skip ahead if you've had enough, or stop. So that's a pheasant, quite a lot of detail on that one. An owl, which has been made into a hanging owl rather than standing on a branch, but I would imagine if you added legs, you could stand it on a branch. A song thrush, we don't see many of those. A dove, which would be nice for Christmas, wouldn't it? So this isn't a Christmassy book, but obviously you could adapt. A stork on the standing legs. Looks like those have been wrapped. The pigeons are still outside, by the way. A parrot. You could switch up the colours, no doubt, for your parrot. A toucan. A gorgeous puffin. And it's lovely black and white and orange. Very striking. And then a seagull. Seagulls, gosh, they're so naughty, aren't they? They steal food when we go to the seaside. You have to be ever so careful with seagulls because they're quite adamant when they want your chips. And at the back we've got the templates. So you can cut out all of the shapes that you need, and it does go into a lot of detail. So that's an absolutely super book. Now I can hear somebody else is about to walk in again, so I'm going to pause before I do the next. Okay, so this time it was my husband. He was just getting some food. He'd been out to get me some diesel for the car, which is fantastic. Walked the dog and also picked up a gift for my eldest daughter. So he's been very useful this morning. And he knows I'm filming, so he's just popped off to eat his breakfast in a different room. Right then, so the fourth book I've got to show you by Corinne Lapierre, Fabulous Felt, 30 easy to sew accessories and decorations. So let's see how different this one is from the other books. Absolutely lovely images on the front, definitely appeals to me. So we have the contents again at the front. It goes through, this is in sort of an order, a seasonal order. So we've got summer garden, spring and Easter, autumn and winter, home and lifestyle. That's interesting. So we've got a bit of an introduction there. The materials and equipment again. Techniques. Bear in mind, if you've got these other books, you're probably a little bit au fait with the techniques anyway. So this goes through a bit of applique and how to attach a hanging hoop and some of the embroidery stitches. So just the basic embroidery stitches again. Not a great deal of detail in there, so these must be quite simple. So summer garden. We've got a beach hut bunting, very summery. I missed a page there. No. I love beach huts. I find them very inspiring. I do a lot of that sort of thing in my own art. So there's a lot of images that I think, you know, if you're like me, they will resonate with you. Very simple items, but that you will probably put your own spin on and use your own colours. We've got rose brooches, they're quite cute. This is different because we've not had brooches before, have we? Some flower brooches, so we've got the use of some buttons in there. Again, looks really simple. It looks like these are actually die cuts to me. They look like die cuts. I would imagine there's a template at the back, but they look so precisely cut out. Mind you, I suppose she's probably manufacturing these as kits, isn't she? So I would imagine they are die cut. Lavender sardines. So these are presumably stuffed with lavender, loose dried lavender flowers. Again, fish, that's something that at the moment I'm really inspired by, the fish shapes. So I'm actually doing some artwork around fish and the seaside at the moment. So no doubt you will get to see some of that work fairly soon. Again, quite sort of folk arty. I'm doing mine in watercolour, but again, my progression usually is that I start off in a sketchbook, I build up and put in, sometimes in Procreate, I then create watercolour or acrylics or mixed media, sometimes collage. I use stuff in my art journals, and then I move on into creating things with textiles. So there's usually a flow to my work, which is why I'm so inspired by these books, because this is sort of how I sort of finalise some of my work. It ends up being textile based. Anyway, raccoon and fox, and spring and Easter now. So we've got the traditional sort of hen and eggs and a butterfly, and it looks like she's sort of gone to a sort of more muted colour palette for this, which is quite nice. Easter sort of traditional sort of pastel tones, isn't it, often, which I like. I'm quite inspired by those. These are sort of more muted earthy tones, sort of a dusky sort of pink and green. So that was a spring hanging bauble, or is it, oh no, it's almost like a garland, and some sort of baubles as well, because these days it's quite popular to have a tree, isn't it, for Easter. Not had one myself. Butterfly and flower hanging, so again we're using rickrack there to have the sort of garland, but it's like a vertical rather than horizontal garland. Decorative rabbits, oh they're too cute, aren't they? So they're 3D little bunny rabbits. Oh, they're beautiful, they are. So they're stuffed so they'll stand on their own. Autumn and winter, so again we're using quite similar imagery to the other book. So we've got the traditional gingerbread man, and that's a lavender bag. We've got a woodland mobile, so using natural materials with the twigs, but then we've got the hanging felt ornaments on there. That's very nice, very cottagecore, isn't it, that? Halloween, we've gone into Halloween, so that's nice because we've not seen any of that imagery before, so that's super. The Halloween decorations, absolutely adore that. Look at that black cat, super cool. Love these ones. Striped socks, beautiful. Christmas pixie, she does a lot of pixies rather than gnomes. Scandi houses, we all love the little houses, don't we? A mug cozy, great idea. Certainly need it in this room at the moment. It's absolutely freezing. I did have the heater on before I started, but then I've had so many interruptions, and you can't have the heater on because it's a blow air heater. It's electric, so it's too loud. So as soon as you turn it off, of course, so many interruptions, it goes cold again. A little hanging heart with some beads. Christmas clog and mittens. That's quite cute. I've not seen those before. Scandi horse, so again a little bit similar but not exactly the same. So there's not a huge amount of repetition, is there, in these books, which is I think is superb, because I think with a lot of art books you can get repetition, but these, it's the same, we have the same theme, obviously it's all felt, but we've got a lot of different imagery and a lot of different ideas. So really you could justify having all of these books, owning all of these books, and you'd have something different in each one. So I think that's actually quite good. She's obviously thought about that. Obviously we've got one left to look at, but I'm sorry, I nearly knocked my water over then. I'm in the middle of doing some watercolours as well. So home and lifestyle, we have a bag charm, which is again a bit cottagecore with mushroom. Russian doll, love Russian dolls, so cute. Sleepy fox brooch, so again using the broocher, super. Scandi style pillow, that's sweet. Using a linen backing, love linen. An owl pillow. Sleepy fox pillow, so using the similar images, but in a different, using it for a different purpose. The toy bunny, cute. I do like my cloth balls. A wall hanging organiser, brilliant. So that's really aesthetic, but also you can pop letters in there. We all need a bit of extra storage space, don't we, in the craft rooms. Hedgehog pillow, and then a children's wall hanging. So that's very cute. That could be a pot holder as well, couldn't it? That could, or you know, you could have that as a mat. So that's really sweet. So although they made it into a hanger, you could make that into a mat and have that as a centerpiece on a table, couldn't you? And we've got all the templates at the back, and that's quite nice because the templates also have the embroidery pattern on as well in that instance. So that's really useful. So you could, for example, if you were of a mind, you could trace that out onto maybe a stick and stitch patch or something like that. Anyway, so you've got all the templates as well. So that's super. So that's the 4th book. And the last book, you'll be pleased to hear, is Felt Animal Families. And it's fabulous little felt animals to sew with clothes and accessories, again by Corinne Lapierre. I think they're all Search Press, so they're all the same publisher. Let's have a look. There is information about the author at the front as well, so you can read about the author. So here we go, lovely images, absolutely love this book. I think, again, I could definitely justify buying this one because it's super cute. So we've got the contents there, we've got a bit of an introduction, the materials and tools, some of the techniques. So following the same pattern as the other books, but again, this is quite different because this is 3D, based on 3D sort of stuffed animals, stuffed creatures, and it shows you how to make the little clothes. That's so cute. I wonder whether this would be useful if you had those Sylvanian families as well, whether the size would translate. I don't know. I do love little creatures. They're cute. So it shows you how to make a dress, really simple stuff, but quite handy. I would imagine when we get to the back they will be patterns, so it will be really useful. So making a coat or jacket. And then it goes on to the projects. So recently I bought one of her kits. She does sell kits, and they are widely available. I bought mine from a market stall, but you can get them online, and you can even get them, I think it's Create and Craft, which is sort of an online shopping channel, and a TV shopping channel rather, and you can go online and buy stuff, and she appears on there on a regular basis as well. So you can get her kit. So if you didn't want to buy the felt and stuff separately, you know, she has all sorts of little animal kits, and I did a little cat one a little while ago. So anyway, Raccoon Family is the first. So it shows you that at the back you've got all the body templates. So that shows you what they look like without the clothes, and then it goes into the clothes and accessories, so how you would dress them. This is super cute, absolutely love this. So you've got an entire family of each character. This is a bear family. Oh, I'm sure my daughter would absolutely love this. She's bear obsessed. So again, it tells you the materials you need and the body templates where they are, and then it shows you them all together, and it goes through what they're like pre-dressed. How cute is that? A baby bear in a little carrier. And it goes through the clothes and accessories for each character, which is absolutely super. Then the next one is the rabbit family. So lovely for Easter, or if you particularly like bunny rabbits. So this one would be great for you, Corn, if you see this video at Cornflower Crafts, because she does like her bunny rabbits. A picnic blanket. So, I mean, how cute is that? Just the tiny, tiny accessories that you can make. How lovely. If you're into your miniatures, and I do like my miniatures, I do like my dolls, do like my miniatures. If you're the same as me, you know, anything in tiny scale, miniature scale is just irresistible. So we have a mouse family. I have a soft spot for mice. Love those. So cute. So he's reading the cheesy news there, and he's got some wireframe glasses. How cute is that? So again, it shows the same format. We've got the mouse without the clothes on, and then it shows how to build those clothes up. Absolutely super. And this is the deer family, so fantastic for Christmas. You could make these as gifts for people and pop them in little tins, couldn't you? Oh my goodness, how cute would that be? Obviously, if you're making for children, you have to be very careful because these are small. These are, you know, small parts, choking hazard. We won't be doing it for little children, but certainly for big kids like me. Gosh, if someone made these for me and popped them in a little tin, I'd be like, wow, my gosh, best gift ever. So don't discount adults. They love little presents like this. Oh, lovely. And then we've got the fox family, and they are fishing. So some lovely little accessories to make for the fox family. Love that. I think just making the accessories would be so cute. I mean, you can make little dioramas, couldn't you? You could even have them as just little, you know, just pop them in a little tin. Cute. Right, so all the templates are about just like the other books, and these are well laid out because you've got them on separate pages, so this would make it a lot easier to photocopy, so you don't have that, because I think sometimes when you have the templates and they're overlapping because they're trying to squeeze them all onto the same page, I don't like that personally. That sort of does something to my head. I don't like the mixed lines. So this here, having them all separate, I don't know whether that will continue, but the bear family, because they're such tiny pieces, that's brilliant. That's absolutely super, the fact that they are all separate. I love that. So much easier for my brain to comprehend. And we've got all of the accessories as well, because of course you could make the accessories for each family, every single accessory. Each family could have every single accessory, couldn't they, if you wanted? It's like having your own little doll's house, your little doll's house with all the little accessories. Super cute. And then we've got all the clothes done separately as well. So there we go. So that's absolutely brilliant. Right, well, that's all of the books. So we've got all 5 of those books. Obviously, it's not a review per se, but just a glance into every book so that you can see what you're getting. They're all very different. And I think, honestly, you could justify having all of those because there's not really a great deal of overlap. The only one that I didn't think was so great, and I think maybe because it's slightly older, I probably wouldn't duplicate these two. Because they're both Christmas decorations. I'd keep that one as a instead. But to be honest, all 5, you could have all 5 and you would get use out of them, I think. So if you like your small characters, if you like working with felt, you want to make quick, easy, last minute gifts for Christmas or, you know, for any occasion, these are brilliant to give you great inspiration. There's an absolute wealth of beautiful imagery in there. If you like that folk art style, definitely a lot in there to look at. And also, if you like dolls, if you like little stuffed animals, you like miniature, this book is absolutely beautiful for that and would be really helpful because those templates are super. So, and obviously you can enlarge them if you wanted to make it slightly bigger, if you don't want the little fiddly bits. So anyway, I'm waffling on, so I'm going to stop now. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got some use out of it. I hope it helped you to see inside these books and decide if you wanted to perhaps be inspired by them yourself. Obviously, in the first instance, go to your local library, use your second-hand book shops, you know, think of the environment first, but hopefully this has given you a little bit of information, enough to make a decision on whether you'd purchase these books or not. I do know often you can actually get books like this on Amazon as well, but I'm not sure then whether you can, because you can get them on Kindle, that's what I'm trying to say. You can buy them on Amazon and download them onto your Kindle device. But then you obviously the templates, you can't then print anything from Kindle. So there must be a way of getting hold of the templates if you did that. Now, whether these ones are available as Kindle, I don't know. I might look that up and I will let you know subsequently whether that's possible. Often, you can buy books on Kindle and then there will be a link sent to you so that you can go to a website and download the templates and just print them off that way. So that might be something that Corinne Lapierre allows you to do as well. I don't know, I'll check and find out. But I hope this was useful. I'm going to go now because I've got some watercolour to do. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic Christmas if you're watching this pre-Christmas. If not, whenever you're watching it, have a fabulous day. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.